Hold your comments, hold your comments, hold your comments. Then I want to add context.
Let me mute myself first.
So Rodney Hinton Jr., he is the father of Rodney Hinton, a high school football player and a thief, apparently. His son was caught stealing a vehicle with some other male subjects. The police end up on some kind of chase. He did run. Within 6 seconds, they fired shots and killed him. A day later, the father, who has no felonies, I must add the context, he has no felonies. Father lost a son to a cop, killing a man within 6 seconds for stealing a vehicle. And the father, a day later, went and killed a cop. It's a lot to unpack.
Mm-hmm.
Feelings, emotions, opinions, thoughts, views, perceptions, past, present, future. It's all floating in one cosmos right now. So flow is open. I'm not gonna even pick who go first. Y'all make
Hey, I'm
There
back.
we go. Here we go.
Now listen.
Get him, Rich.
I believe everything's true was said about this, meaning good and bad. Because as a father, I don't see nothing he did wrong. I don't. I can't say I don't see nothing he did wrong. I saw how you said what his son did and all that, but his son didn't deserve to die no matter what he did. If he was stealing, that don't mean death. That means go to jail, do your time. He ended up dead. And apparently the cop, it was some foul play. Anyway, so his dad went and got justice. I'm just saying, a lot of us talk about what we'll do and what if. here's a man that took action, and I'm just like, hey, I don't, I'm not gonna stand against him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking white or black here. I'm just talking about a man losing his son and reacting. You know what I'm saying? It reminded me of that Denzel movie I saw where his son was in the hospital, John Q or something.
John Q.
And his wife looked at him and said, "Do something."
Do
You
something.
know what I'm saying?
The
And I
pressure
think
he put
that
on
I
man.
think that's one of them moments where he didn't know what to do something. And he did what
He did.
now, I ain't saying that ain't a stew head or crash shot move. I ain't saying none of that. I'm just saying he did that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not defending or going against, but as a black man, a father, not even a black man, just a father of a child, and that emotions run deep, like you say, and I think it just happened. It's gonna be ugly, whatever happened, because they trying to turn it into race and they're trying to divide it and this, that, and the other. They can paint it how they want, but it's just clearly a father getting revenge for his son. That's all that was. And he holding his head up high and he's standing in it, man. He looked like he looked like he ready to die, man. Go be with his son if that's what it takes.
So let me ask you this.
Yes,
let me
sir.
ask you this, Rich.
Okay.
So, and I'm not. This is not me giving, and this is not me insinuating. If I agree or disagree, I'm the host too, so I have to be able to spin
both
between.
sides.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you. Stay open. I got you. I got you.
So it's not me insinuating
yes,
if I agree
yes,
or disagree. But
yes.
you said that. So do you really feel that he wasn't wrong for
The
taking
father,
someone else's life who had nothing to do with the incident? Yes or no?
yes, that's wrong. That's definitely wrong. That's why I said everything is true on all ends. So I feel he's wrong for that, but I feel the father feel he's right for that. You know what I'm saying? And I can see that part. You know what I'm trying to say? It's one of those areas where, hey, just pick what you like. You know what I'm saying? LeBron or Jordan, who you like. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm at. I see the father side. He stood up, man. And so many other things happen. And we never in the right when it happened. So when the father reacted, I'm just standing with him, man. I hope for the best. I hope they don't kill him or do nothing. But he did something. You know what I'm saying? Nat Turner, he did something. It might spark some other people to do something. Not that kind of, but stand up.
Yeah.
So
I think that's all that was.
Respect.
So in this situation, right? I heard Rich say in his take a few times that it ain't about race, right? But let's be real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
After so many times of this kind of stuff happening, that's the first thing that we gonna take it to is race. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now don't get me wrong. Rich was right when he said, you know what I'm saying, the kid committed the crime. True enough, right? But that man ain't deserve to die. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So with this historically being a problem, white cops killing black people, you know what I'm saying? This automatically gonna go into the pool of race, right? Now what the father did, I understand, but like why you didn't get the one that did it if you was gonna do that? You know what I'm saying? So like it's a right and wrong in the situation. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about the cop he killed, what kind of path he was on as a cop, but that's an innocent man took because another officer mistake. If you gonna go do that, if you gonna go crash out like that about your kid, which all respect in the world, I lose my son, on your ass I go, right? I feel that. But don't you want to target the right motherfucker if you gonna do some shit like that? This is my personal opinion about it, you know?
Did you think that he misidentified the cop or didn't know and just said, fuck it, any cop would do? Or he just
He
was
probably
there and
said
said, you know what
he
I'm
probably
saying?
said, fuck it, any cop would do.
You know
You know
what I'm
what
saying?
I'm
I
saying?
think that's more of it because I don't even think they would just really give him that information because of retaliation, like right
Exactly.
then. So that's why I think he just said, fuck it, whoever come out, it's on.
Whichever
I'm
cop
getting it.
came
Yeah,
out, he gonna get it.
that's what it
Okay.
was. You know what I'm
But
saying? Now, and I
this the
feel
key
you,
to
but
it.
he probably was looking for a white cop, though. If a black cop would have came out, nothing probably would have happened. Let's look at that scenario. I don't think it would have happened if a black cop would have came out. So I think he was just looking for a white cop.
I
Because that's,
disagree.
you know, you think he didn't
I
need a black
disagree.
cop, Rock?
I think that to him, they all on the same team. So to him, it didn't matter.
Okay. Whatever came out next, that's what it was.
Yeah. I think it
Two
didn't
things
matter.
can be right.
Okay.
Two things can be right.
Exactly.
Now,
That's
I could
right.
be wrong.
Exactly. Yeah, but
Now,
It's a brotherhood.
my logic, there you go.
that's
the
what it
police
is.
department is a brotherhood.
Logically,
Yes, sir.
but
Yes.
They're brotherhood. So he looking for any one of them.
I agree with y'all, though. I do personally think that he may have chosen a white cop.
Yeah.
But then from a general synopsis, I think it didn't matter because they all on the same team.
He was at that point.
In a general sense, they're all on the same team.
They are, yes.
But let me say this too, though. In defense of the father, you gotta understand when you lose a child, your psyche ain't right. So what you saying is like they're gonna probably try when they take this to trial and all that because it's a police officer, they're gonna be looking for the worst
crime for sure.
Yeah, see, they're gonna be looking at this as one of the worst crimes ever because of who he got. He got a police officer, and that's one of their brothers. You get what I'm saying? That's
He pleading insanity. He pleading insanity already.
That ain't gonna work though.
I know that's what he said. Yeah, what
we
he
don't know.
But
I agree with Rich. He's probably gonna plead like, "Hey,
they said it. I saw that flash up. I saw that. That's official. He said that's what his plea. Insanity.
Yeah, well, you still gotta watch out because you know the system. The system is gonna protect his brother.
But that's why he did it because he knows the system.
And he know what they wasn't gonna get much results from it from them.
I mean,
they wasn't gonna do much. They wasn't gonna say nothing to the cop that killed him.
No.
Like you say, Rodney.
The cops who beat Tyrone Nichols to death, they just all got not guilty verdicts.
Yes,
You see what I'm saying? And this been going on since the Rodney King.
And there were black laws too.
There was black officers.
This been
There
going
were
on
black
since Rodney
officers.
King.
Yeah, that's doing black officers. That was messed up.
At the end of the day, it's like what Rock said, bro.
And that was behind a girl too, y'all.
I don't even think it would have mattered who came out that bitch because just like how them black dudes got off of killing Tyrone Nichols, man, they all a brotherhood. They all wear the same color jersey, man.
That Tyrone Nichols behind a gal.
That's crazy.
I believe that too.
That dude. He went with that cop. That cop dated her, and that was that dude. Yeah, he knew it.
Oh wow.
They got him. They wore him out. Man, they killed his ass. They killed him.
That Tyrone case. Hey, y'all do y'all research on it. I did a lot of but it's it's personal.
It's real personal.
So you can tell how they did that, man. It was personal.
Yes.
You can tell how they
did.
They
hugged that man. Yes.
They did that man raw and uncut, bro. That was personal, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And let me say this last little point before we leave. If we
finish,
leave.
It's your turn, Quality. It's your turn.
You know what they do to those cops that get caught up like that? See, if they do get caught up and they do happen to be, let's say, punished for what they have done, they don't do nothing but move that cop from the area that he was at to a little small country, little town area, and they let that dude stay on the force. They let him continue to police people unjustly the way that he's doing. They don't do much to punish them. That's why he looks at it as they all on the same team. Yogi, they wear the same jersey because they're not doing nothing to punish him. They're not gonna do nothing. They're gonna move him somewhere else and let him continue to work. Let him still earn a living. Let him still do what he's doing to other people, just in a different place.
Then you got situations like this when they run across their wrong motherfucker. Oh my God, you feel me?
That's why it was done. That's why it was done. Because the father saw it for how we kind of looking at it. And like we say, we're not saying that he right. We're not saying that he wrong. But we are saying he took action. He took action.
Justified. It's justified.
And for him, that might have made him feel just that much better. He ain't gonna feel good. He's gonna feel just a little better knowing that I got one of you motherfuckers too.
And he held his head up when he walked by. I was like that.
Chest
out, head up. I said,
He
stood up on that. Like what?
Hey man, you can look in that man eyes. And he got that look like bitch, and I do it.
And every real man that every real man in there that's a cop felt him when he did that. Because they know if they'd have lost their son, they wish they was half the man
they
he was.
They ain't gonna say it out loud though.
They're not gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? I would. When you said you was giving a shout out to somebody today, I thought that's who you was gonna do, Rock. I ain't lying.
Nah,
I thought that's who it was. I was gonna say, yeah, that's him right there. Yeah,
yeah.
for taking action. That's Black history.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say this, man. Let me give my thoughts about it, man. When I first seen what happened, and this was before I did any research on it, you know, because one thing that I'm colorblind to is righteousness. You know, my dad used to say all the time, he say, there have been so many times where people, because of their position in his life, determined and or assumed that because of their position in my life, that I would side with them. And he told me, he used to tell me this all the time, him, my grandpa, my child's mother, father used to tell me this, man, them OGs, man, I really wish we had more OGs still around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, they used to tell me, I don't side with my mama, I don't side with my daddy, I don't side with my kids, I don't side with my homeboy, I side with right. And so when I first heard about the incident and watched the incident about what he did after his son got killed, me not knowing no details, I was like, he wrong. He wrong. And then when I found out that the cop he did kill in retaliation wasn't the cop who killed the son, I was like, he even more wrong. But as I did more research and I started to be self-reminded of some of the teachings that I was taught. And I'm talking about from everything from the Bible to the Quran, to the art of war, to the making of the slave, to the wars of old mankind. I'm talking about all kind of books that I've read several times. And everything started coming full circle to me. And I start to look at it a whole lot different, right? And even when I got to the point to where I said, well, what about him killing just a random cop? Guess what hit me? When a white woman accused somebody of raping them, when a white woman accused a black man of looking at her,
Emmett Till.
they didn't care if they got the right nigga.
Emmett
Central
Till.
Park.
They
Central
just
Park
wanted to go
6.
find a nigga. Hold on. Let me finish. Because the reason why I'm saying that, because not everybody is actually innocent. Right? Not every nigga innocent. So we want to be mindful of that. But I'm speaking in general. I don't want to get specific on this particular people, right? But my point is, when a black man was accused of something, they didn't care what nigga they found. Their whole purpose was to prove point. Don't
on the
fuck
nigga,
with mine, right?
On the nigga.
Don't fuck with mine, right? And so that made me change my thought process when I thought about him just killing a random cop. Now, I will never say it's right, because it's not. I will never say it's justified, because it's not. So then that began to make my mind question, okay, well, where's the morality in it? And guess what? I start saying to myself, well, where was the morality when they killed Muammar Gaddafi? Where's the morality when they tried 20 failed assassination attempts on Ibrahim Traore? And then I asked myself, where was the morality when they made up false accusations of mass weapons of weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, and they killed 1 million innocent Iraqi civilians, including their leader. And then I asked myself, where was the morality when they bombed Black Wall Street?
Uh-oh.
Where was the morality then? And then I asked myself, well, two wrongs don't make a right, Rock. But then I asked myself this. I reminded myself, remember you read the book, the Art of War? And then it made me tell myself and remind myself, ain't no rules in war.
Ain't no rules.
Ain't no rules. And so once I got to that point, and then when I think about when I think about how Rome treated their own. See, it's one thing when you do your own. It's one thing when you do other people bad or who you consider the enemy, but when you assassinate your own for claiming you, ain't no honor amongst thieves. And when I thought about all that, it came full circle. And I said to myself, this will go down as one of the most unjustifying but most necessary moves made by Black America.
I agree.
Hey,
I agree.
I want to make this statement. I might not make it again. I might not ever make this statement again. Whatever you eating over there in Africa, that fufu, whatever you got going on, see,
keep it up.
Yeah, you working. I like that. God damn it. Listen,
I'm the same person.
I'm about to cry right now. I didn't think it. I saw it. Listen, brother, you look a little darker now too, like that. I say, all right.
You see it, huh?
Yeah,
you see it, Richard? I see a little darkness
the
up
mother
there.
ain't rubbing off on
coming home.
Yeah. He can't act.
The
He has that
man.
right over there.
Brother.
I'm the same, man. See, here's the thing. And let me explain myself. These are children we're talking about.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so my point is, when it comes to children, I'm blind to everything.
Uh-oh.
Color, race, statue, job description. I don't play with children. I just don't. Even when it comes to a kid taking another kid life, don't play with children. And in both instances, even though I had different perspectives, I looked at it from the point of view that can be my child.
See.
And so that's why in that other instance, if you notice in each instance, I'm defending my child. That's all. I'm defending my child, and it's one of them things that's hard to personalize. Even in me keeping it in general, it's personal. Oh, it's personal. And the fact that cop shot a kid within 6 seconds. 6 seconds.
You can't make a judgment in 6 seconds.
You can't make a judgment in 6 seconds.
Not a good one.
Not a rational.
Not a good one.
Not a good one. Yeah.
Especially your life ain't in threat. Your life not in threat.
Now, I can't say his life ain't in threat. I'm going to tell you why. Because if you're a cop, your life is a threat. It's just...
They feel that way. Yeah, they feel that way. Yeah, they going to feel that way.
But my point is this. If you don't want to get hit, don't play offense.
Yeah, don't join the police department.
If you scared, don't be a cop. I would never do anything where my fear level is so high so I can't adequately do my job. That's one of the reasons why I had to get out them streets.
See?
Because I don't want to go to jail. Listen to me. It's. I'm gonna tell you how crazy it is. Death wasn't even enough to keep me out the streets. It was jail. It was jail. It was jail. It wasn't even death. I wasn't scared to die. I trusted my instincts enough to feel that I could actually outwit the next nigga, the next outlaw, like the Western movies. I felt like my hands was better, right? But guess what? Sharing a shitter with another nigga, that I could not fathom.
See?
I couldn't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? I got a line where I say even a broke nigga can get some pussy. So fuck the money, nigga. Fuck the money. I can't get pussy in that motherfucker.
Nah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? So it was jail for me that made me get out the streets. It wasn't even death. So when I think about, this cop 6 seconds, you know what I'm saying? And here's the crazy part about it. My thought process was like a lot of people. Damn, if you're gonna take the cop, I'll take the cop out that did it. But then again, like I'm gonna reiterate what I said.
They gonna protect him.
When a black man was accused of something, they just wanted to find a nigga. Just get it out there. Any, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a nigga by his toe. Now, and I don't want to scratch this out, but it's a lot. It's two sides to everything.
Uh-oh.
And I gotta hold black people accountable too to this. But let me explain why. I hold black people accountable. You want to know what prevent, and I'm gonna fuck a lot of people up. Viewers, listen, hear me out. This how you know I'm on some other shit. And I'm not just another nigga with a microphone and a podcast and a camera. You want to know what will prevent a lot of these cops from killing black people? One of the problems is that most of us don't have life insurance. Did you know that if more black parents had $1 million life insurance policies on their children, or people in general, do you know the amount of cops killing blacks would go down by 95%? This is a statistical fact. Here's why. Because when you kill people that have life insurance, you're affecting the local taxpayers, state taxpayers, federal taxpayers, right? And you're affecting the insurance companies who are licensed by who? The government. So which means that when that happens and they get the cash out on their son or daughter, black son or daughter being killed, guess who has to pay out as well? The fucking federal government.
Mm-hmm. Make a lot of sense, nigga.
But see, we don't want to go there. And this is why I always say we're fighting the wrong war. The war that we should be fighting is the economic battle. Think about this now. Just think about what I'm saying and go do the research. Hey, like a wise man told me, don't believe shit I say. Don't believe shit I say. Nigga, go research. Please don't take what I said as the holy grail. That's the truth, kinfolk. I swear for God, them cops will stop. Because guess what? Who you think gonna have to help pay out that shit too at some point? The goddamn police department.
I heard Dick Gregory say this before too. Him or I forgot my guy with the afro and the glasses. I read his book.
I know you're talking about with the gap teeth. I know he's
yes, my boy him. It was either him or him said this. They
both said it.
They said if you put insurance on cops, that will stop it, because if they
No
shoot you,
insurance on your children.
no, I'm saying what you're saying on the children. He say if
Oh,
and then if the cops had insurance, like
oh yes, yes,
if they
yes.
shoot you and they found they was liable, they wrong, you suing them, the insurance have to pay you. That will
Have to
stop it, because if you can't get insurance, that means like if you shoot somebody, they gonna drop your insurance. You can't be a cop because you don't have insurance now. You see what I'm
That's right.
saying? They don't have no way to pay out like a car. If you're a cop, you need insurance. So if you do
Yeah,
something wrong, we can sue you, because you can't sue the state. You can,
yeah,
that's just toothache, but just imagine the accountability of that. Just think about, they ain't gonna pull the trigger because it's gonna cost me my license, a bunch of, it's too much come with it. Now it ain't nothing but a little paperwork and push to the side. It's keep
that's
on
it.
Yeah.
going.
Yeah,
And a
So
slap
like you
on
said,
the wrist.
yeah,
Move that cop to a small
yeah.
little town.
And like Rock say, they got insurance on the kid. Now I'm getting $1 million here. I'm gonna sue you and get another $1 million. They finna
there
stop
you
that because
go.
But they
it's too
had
much money.
cases.
They finna stop
But
it
they
now.
had
So
cases.
much
But
money.
they had a few cases like that when wrongful death and the cops was liable and they sued them and got all that money out their asses.
You see,
So
see,
yeah,
Exactly.
I see
yeah,
exactly what y'all saying.
Yeah.
yeah.
Cause see,
Straight up.
here's what happened. Here's what happened.
We get
So
killed to have a
let's say
barbecue.
you get let's say you
Hmm.
get insurance with say Progressive, right? Get $1 million insurance, right?
Mhm.
And then a cop kill your child. Well, here's what's gonna happen. Progressive's gonna give you that money. It's a wrap. It's a cut check. It's no dispute. But guess who's Progressive's gonna go after? The
Shit,
police
The police
department
department. Yeah.
yes, for liability.
They got to get
for
reimbursed somehow.
liability.
Yeah, they got to get
Mhm.
reimbursed somehow.
There you go. And,
Yeah.
and it's actually a legal reality. They can do that. And they do that. Because they're gonna say, hey, you fucked up the business. You wrongfully killed my client. He didn't have to die. So I'm gonna sue you. And guess what? Them
Yeah.
insurance companies got good lawyers.
Huh?
And
And they're
and,
going to
Very good
win.
lawyers.
And they're
Very
going
good.
to win.
and
Yay.
speaking of insurance, you have to read that, man. I'm telling y'all now. Please read your
That's some
insurance
good
if you
shit.
got it. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
tell you
At
why.
this point, we
I
all know
try
about that. Read
now,
everything.
but I'm talking
That's
about
good game, bro.
I'm telling
Yeah,
somebody that thought they had a $500,000 policy, and guess
yeah.
what? You only get the 500,000 if you fall out of a goddamn plane.
Yeah,
Fact.
yeah.
It's a
They got
500,000
stipulations
policy.
to it.
Yeah, they got. I'm like, what? Huh? So if they died, no, they ain't fall out of the plane. I'm
I
like,
mean,
so
yeah,
you
yeah.
got to
You don't
structure
get
Stephen,
it
to
right.
that.
You got to make sure.
Stephen,
Yeah, them numbers they play them numbers. They'll
Stephen,
get, but it was
I
worth
was
10,000, but it
I
had
was a victim.
500,000 on it. But that's only if
I
you fall
I
out of the
was a
plane.
victim of that shit here recently, man.
See?
Man, what y'all got to do is this, black people. Listen to your boy, man. Read that fucking paperwork, man.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Before
read.
you
Mm-hmm.
put your John High and cock on any motherfucking paper, read that shit. Hey, let me take this home, and go. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna come
Yeah.
back
Which
with you
is
tomorrow.
sad that we
You
have
know
to
what I'm
sit here and
saying?
tell people that in
Yeah,
2025. Come
it's
on,
But you
read
crazy.
that
have
shit.
to. You have to,
Yeah,
Rock.
you got to.
Yeah,
You
no,
have
no,
to.
they
Bro.
have to read.
Yeah, but they assume that's what we hate to do. We hate
Yeah,
to
but
read.
they.
Hate to
Hey,
I'm
read.
just
if you
saying,
wanna,
I'm the man of accountability. It's
what's that saying?
2025. If we have to tell y'all motherfuckers to read shit,
It's a
y'all
problem.
need to get off y'all ass. Y'all fucking
Shit.
up.
But
That's
it's a
all I'm saying.
whole, but it's a whole saying
This
behind
ain't
that, right?
the
Yeah.
50s.
It's a whole
It's a
saying
problem.
behind that, Rock. If you want to hide anything from a nigga, put it in a
Yep.
fucking book.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
that's the
Yep.
weakest shit
I
I
know, but
ever
I'm just
heard,
saying,
bro.
I'm just saying sometimes you gotta we in 2012. I'm saying I ain't trying to give them a safety net. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
You're
I
right.
feel you.
But it's
Accountability. I
2025.
got you.
That you got to think about this. We didn't live in those times, but we still. One thing I love about the past is that it gives you wisdom. There was a time where we got murdered if they found out we was reading.
Exactly.
So that's all I'm saying. Like at this point, like come on, Nick, come on, black
They ain't
people,
doing it no
like
more,
You
nigga.
ain't,
So
you
read a
ain't got
book.
no reason not to read now.
yeah,
You
like
was killed back
Right.
then.
Read
Now
a book,
you have no
nigga.
reason not to.
yeah,
You
that's
know what
all
I
I'm saying.
you
You're
know what
totally right.
you know what I done learned, Rock, being the elder statesman I am.
Yeah.
When I talk to
You
youngsters,
24.
when I talk to youngsters, I wish I don't assume that they know certain things. So I talk because I know it, you know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna read it. They gonna think that the insurance man on their side. They think the lawyer on their side. They think anybody in
They
a
think
position of
everybody on their
power
side, yeah.
because they don't know no better. See, they ain't been scarred by the world, so it's easy for you to
Well,
trust.
I don't know, man, because like they read everything on them OnlyFans pages. I can't say that.
But they trying, yeah, you see,
They
that's
read,
for
but do they
that's for a
learn?
different
tell what
purpose.
they want to
Yeah,
do.
They
that's for a
read, but do they
yeah,
learn? Do they apply
yeah.
that to themselves? No,
Shit,
I don't think
We
they
was
do.
talking about reading, not learning a
Yeah.
whole different topic.
Yeah,
See,
there you go.
see,
There you go.
They read what they want to read. I'm just
Yeah.
being real.
Yeah.
She got to
Yeah.
read to comprehend, though,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah, you
Now,
got to
that's
read
it.
to
If
understand
you
what
don't
it is you
comprehend,
reading.
reading ain't shit. I don't care how much
Yeah.
you can't
You just
comprehend.
going over some words, buddy. At that
What you
point, man.
calling out shit? Yeah, at that
Shit.
point.
Well, say, man, that was a good damn topic, man. That's definitely the hot topic, man.